Hi, Josh Giumelli here from Kondinin Group, and we're back in the workshop again today thanks to Herod Forbes Machinery Warehouse, and I thought it might be time to talk about bench vices. Now I've got quite a few bench vices. This is probably the best quality one I own. It's a Record Engineer's vise, and it's a 6-inch vise. They don't come cheap, but if you're setting up a good workshop, nothing beats a quality bench vise. When you shut those jaws up, they're beautifully parallel. Yep, that's the kind of thing that anyone should be proud of to have in their workshop. Probably the vise I use most day to day though is this thing over here. Now, this vise, it's seen a few years, but it's actually a very versatile vise. It's not the best quality in the world. It has a swivel on the base, which is really handy. I can turn it around like this and turn it back. And also, the entire vise head swivels. So that's actually pretty handy if you want to, say, grip something nice and long and work on the end of it. You can poke it down at the ground, work on something like that. One of the drawbacks with this style vise, though, is that sometimes you want to just have the vise jaws open and work on something between the jaws, like if you're hammering out a saddle in a piece of sheet metal or something. They will rotate unless they've got something inside the jaws itself to tighten on. Handy other thing is a little anvil surface back here. I find that quite useful for occasional need when you need to belt something with a hammer. This vise here is a fabricated offset vise. Now it's seen better days. I use it on the welding table these days. It's kind of good, like we showed before, if you want to grip something that's long and hang it over the end of the vise, the offset jaws are quite good. These things do wear out though, and they do tend to start to bend, so they'll struggle to grip something across the full width of the jaws. They tend to bend and open up a little bit. It's also pretty handy if you've got an old used vise, something that's a bit worn out like this thing here. I use this on the welding table a fair bit because you can clamp something in there and look, you just whack your earth clamp on and you don't have to worry about any arcs across the thread in the screw of the vise, stuffing things up or anything like that. So good use for an old vise right there. Thanks for watching.